I've now twice seen Gavin Newsom mention making a 960 on his SAT. Here's why that makes me really, really sad. First of all, some caveats. SAT score is not a determinant of your intelligence. There are a lot of factors. First of all, he took it a long time ago, so that score doesn't reflect the way we think it does. He had learning disabilities. He didn't have money for tutors, all those things. So it's not to say that I think this means he is anything about his intellect based on that, and I think he would agree. What I don't like is that Gavin Newsom is running the most calculated campaign of modern history. It is a fantastic campaign, and if you think it's all just his vibes and his chill, you're wrong. It's mathematically optimized to this level of don't care, does care, trolling, making jokes. It's a perfect campaign to anyone watching, and I'm afraid it's going to work very, very well. He said it twice now. That means that this was an absolutely calculated decision to say his SAT score, meaning he thinks that this is actually going to help him. It's not like, I'm afraid to admit this, guys, but I actually didn't do that well on the SAT. No, he knows that that's going to get more votes. Trump threatened to sue people who released his SAT score. So just 4 or 8 years ago, it used to be a bad thing to do poorly on standardized tests. Now we are looking at a culture where we are fairly certain that a high score would alienate you from most people. Not that a high score makes you any better, but for me personally, why wouldn't we want a person who's the best at the most things? Pete Buttigieg speaks, 4 or 5 languages, and people find that threatening. Angela Merkel has a PhD in quantum chemistry and was the chancellor of Germany. I don't like where our culture is heading in terms of anti-intellectualism.
Yes. We have politicians dumbing themselves down. We are going, because your SAT score is the worst reflection as someone who got a very high SAT score.
Same, yeah.
Because I got lucky.
I got tutors and extended time. So, of course I did well.
I had no extended time. I did take a tutor thing beforehand. And I had a very consistent score, almost every practice test. And when I took it the first time, I scored, I want to say 300, 400 points higher than I'd ever tested.
Wow.
Just had a great day.
Wow. Adderall kicking.
Just had a good day. It just happened. And I went, and that's the only time I'll take it. I mean, it came in, and I was like, well, we're done here.
Yep.
Because we ain't getting better than this. I got very lucky. The idea of someone sitting in a room, because it's a team. I mean, you're right. It is one of the most team-based campaigns of all time. There are
Gavin Newsom's,
hundreds of people in the Gavin Newsom campaign. Hundreds of people working on that campaign. And the fact that hundreds of people sat in a room and went, his SAT score is low. That's good.
I'll do you one better. I think they calculated the number that seemed most endearing. And like, what about a 950? They go, no, we don't want people to think he's stupid. Okay, 970? Whoa. We're not trying to intimidate people here. They found they used calculus to determine some optimum value.
Calculus that his score
he's
says...
an idiot like me.
Yeah, calculus that his score says he wouldn't understand. That they used.
His math he wouldn't understand to calculate which score is most endearing.
And they went with 960. That's that's an interesting thing. It's interesting he said it multiple times too, because that also means he said it a couple times and it's working.
Yep.
They like it.
Yep.
When a politician starts repeating shit, that means they're in a room and they're going, this is good.
Yes. And in honor of Gavin Newsom, I've done my hair like him today.
I was going to say, you've
greased back.
You have Gavin Newsom's really run with your look like joke and has just become the actual politician version of it.
Yes. Well, he slicks his hair back so much. Like mine has a little poof here. He doesn't even let it poof. Let it poof, man. Otherwise, you look. It's the second time referencing this in as many episodes. You look like Draco Malfoy. It's the same thing. Don, isn't it? We've probably mentioned this on the podcast, but it's crazy that Don Jr. and Gavin Newsom have the same haircut. It really does reflect on horseshoe theorem.
Same haircut, same wife.
Yes.
Okay, so we know what she likes.
Yep.
She's like, I don't care about what you believe in. I don't care about your personality, but I want a haircut. that says this guy wants it down.
Yep. I want a hairstyle that will cost us plumbing bills for all the hair gel they will have to scrape out of our shower drain.
I want a man whose hair is so slicked down and hard, it almost feels like a Ken doll where you could potentially just pull it off and just put a new hair just directly on top. That's how hard it is.
Yep. I want it to look like he paused time while he was skydiving without a helmet. That's the hair I'm looking for. That's whatever Guilfoyle. That's what does it for me.
Yeah, I want hair that when I run my hands through it, it sounds like a car in a parking garage.
I want at the end of the day, you have to take a hammer and go tink, and it just falls down.
Yeah,
yeah.